Good morning. You listen to FloorDaily.net, and I'm Kemp Harr. This morning, my guest is Keisha Byrd, the brand leader for BDNY. Keisha, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on today.
Yes, I wanted to kind of create some energy for this show that kicks off on actually Saturday night with a pre-show party, and then the show opens Sunday and runs through Monday, and the show continues to grow. We'll get to some of the details on the show in just a minute. First, a little background. This show, BDNY, is, like I said, November 12th and 13th. And many people remember, Michelle Finn was the executive director. She was with ST Media Group. And then Emerald bought the show a few years ago. You actually were with the founders of the show and came over to Emerald with the show, right?
That's correct. Yeah. 5 years ago, we were acquired by Emerald. So I worked under that team that started BDNY.
This is actually one of my funnest shows. Not only because it's in New York City over at the Javits Center, but it's also fun because it's candy for the eyes. The most elaborate things that can happen inside these lodging, hotel, restaurants. It attracts A&D, interior designers, architects, the brands, Marriott and Hilton and Hyatt, and purchasing agents and suppliers and property owners. You did a good job a long time ago of making a rule that nobody could have a space that was bigger than 20 by 20, so you can walk the whole show without too much time, right?
Yeah, that's right. The show was intended to be created, to be curated, inspiring, to have a different look than the average, trade show. We actually call it a trade fair, so it's intentionally meant to be this way, boutique-y.
Another thing that a lot of people know now is the hospitality business after COVID took off. And it's been, driving power on the commercial side. So that's been good for the show, hasn't it?
Oh, 100%. We also own the Expo, the Las Vegas show. So it's been great for that. And we have 17 small events a year. So, we've definitely seen that everything has been driving business, very successful, which proves that the hospitality industry is back and it's doing great, which is, such a relief since COVID.
All right. So from what I understand, you've got around 600 exhibitors, 130 speakers, and 40 sessions. Tell us a few of the highlights of what you're most excited about for next week.
Most of the 40 sessions are featuring boutique and lifestyle trends, owner's point of view, design transformations and experiencing that are stretching across other industries. We have a speaker from Delta. We have someone from Capital One. We just have expanded more into this new boutique and lifestyle than just interior designers and architects to be on the panels. Our signature panels are back, Brand Central, the Boutique Design ISHP Owners Grow, where we take a firsthand look into the owner's perspective, and New in New York, which is a signature session where we talk about the new properties, new experiences that are going on around the city.
I'm just noticing a few as I was scanning through before the interview. There's a making of a design space, designed by nature. There's another one, the value of psychology and neuroaesthetics and hospitality. So, you hit all of the different thought processes that go into designing for this industry, right?
That's correct. And when you mentioned the making of a design space, so I'm sure you're familiar with the four design space sessions on the floor. So that's the networking areas that we pick design teams to create. So that's where a lot of the content is driven there as well. There'll be sessions within those four spaces. And then we have 2 theater stages that will be on the floor.
So for those that haven't been to the show, there's 4 areas that are like lounges that a whole bunch of different companies got in together and had either design help or offered products. And that's where a lot of the content happens, right?
That's correct. Yeah. So I guess I can go ahead and just, kind of name drop the 4 of them. We have Rockwell Group that's created a space, KTGY Simeone Deary Design Group, One Hotels, which is the SH Hotels brand, and then a collaboration of Hyatt host with Otherworld Creative and Within Light Studio. So we have some really awesome brands and interior design firms that are taking part in this experience this year.
Any idea on anticipated? I'm sure you're expecting probably a bigger crowd this year than last year, right?
So we are anticipating hopefully 9,000 qualified attendees, and it's trending to look like that's going to happen for us, which is amazing.
It is amazing. All right, this thing kicks off Sunday, I think about 10 o'clock, doesn't it? When does the door open?
The door opens at 10 a.m. on Sunday, and it will go. We actually are adding an hour to the show. So it will be until 6 p.m. on Sunday and then 10 to 5 on Monday.
All right, Keisha. Well, thanks for spending time with our audience, and tell us a little bit about what's going on this coming Sunday and Monday in New York. Again, been talking to Keisha Byrd, the brand leader for BDNY, which is Boutique Design New York. And you've been listening to Kemp Harr and FloorDaily.net.